Welcome back to the AI Week, where we count down the 5 biggest stories shaping the future of artificial intelligence, 1 week at a time.
And this week was a turning point. From OpenAI rewriting its own corporate DNA, to Amazon replacing people with algorithms, to Nvidia bridging the gap between AI and quantum computing.
Yeah, this one's big. It's not just about innovation anymore. It's about control, capital, and what the next era of intelligence will look like.
And stay with us till the end, because our number 1 story this week might be the most important shift in AI governance ever.
All right, let's kick it off. Here are the top 5 AI stories of the week, starting at number 5.
At number 5, AI decided to become a music critic.
That's right. ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot teamed up with researchers to analyze decades of data, from rhythm to melody to lyrical repetition, to identify what makes a song catchy.
They even ranked the so-called catchiest songs in history. Think Queen's We Will Rock You, Lady Gaga's Bad Romance, and yes, Baby Shark.
Laughs. So the AI's not wrong? But what's fascinating is the why. The models found that songs with predictable repetition, rhythmic syncopation, and emotional contrast activate pleasure circuits in the human brain.
Essentially, AI reverse-engineered how we feel rhythm and emotion, using math.
Exactly. And here's where it gets interesting. That same analysis is already being used to generate music. AI is learning not just to analyze taste, but to shape it.
Which means the next global hit could be written by AI for the human brain, optimized for catchiness.
That's both brilliant and a little creepy. Because once algorithms control discovery, like on Spotify or TikTok, they don't just reflect culture, they manufacture it.
So the question becomes, will AI make music more human or just more addictive?
Either way, it's the perfect soundtrack for this next story. Because at number 4, AI just entered a new kind of competition, the hardware war.
Coming in at number 4, Qualcomm, best known for powering your smartphone, just entered the high-stakes AI chip race.
Yep. They unveiled a new family of data center AI processors designed to rival Nvidia's dominance in training large language models.
But the big twist? They've already struck $1 billion deal with Humane, a Saudi-backed startup that's been developing AI-powered personal devices.
So Qualcomm's not just chasing GPUs, they're building the bridge between mobile AI, cloud AI, and geopolitics.
Exactly. This deal ties U.S. chip innovation directly to Saudi capital and ambition. It's like the oil economy of the past, but now it's compute instead of crude.
And what makes this fascinating is the timing. As demand for Nvidia chips skyrockets and supply chains tighten, Qualcomm's entry gives global markets an option. And governments love that.
Because in the new AI age, chips aren't just technology, they're sovereignty. Whoever controls the hardware controls the intelligence.
And with Qualcomm in the game, Nvidia finally has real competition.
Which brings us to number 3, where Nvidia decided to play a whole different game entirely.
At number 3, Nvidia just made history by linking quantum processors directly to its AI supercomputers.
They call it NVQ Link, and it's basically a translator, a Rosetta Stone between quantum logic and machine learning.
That's huge, because until now, quantum computing and AI were 2 parallel worlds. Quantum could solve problems in physics or encryption, but it couldn't talk to AI systems.
Now, with NVQ Link, they can share data in real time. Imagine an AI model that can tap into quantum algorithms to simulate molecules or optimize global logistics instantly.
We're talking about the potential for hybrid computing, where quantum gives AI superpowers.
Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, said it best. AI is the engine, quantum is the accelerator.
And here's the real kicker. NVQ Link isn't just a research project. It's being integrated in to next-gen supercomputers for scientific and defense applications.
So we're not just teaching machines to think, we're teaching them to reason at quantum scale.
It's like giving AI a second brain, one that operates beyond classical logic.
But if Nvidia is building the next level of intelligence, Amazon is quietly replacing the workforce behind it.
At number 2, Amazon just announced the largest layoffs since 2023, 14,000 jobs cut across corporate and AWS divisions.
The reason? To fund massive new investments in AI infrastructure and automation.
The company is doubling down on AI-driven logistics, predictive supply chain management, and generative customer support.
In other words, AI is not just helping Amazon. It is Amazon's next business model.
And what's remarkable is how open they are about it. CEO Andy Jassy said, "We're shifting human capital toward machine capital."
That's a chilling phrase, because behind the corporate jargon is a reality. The world's biggest employer is now systematically replacing people with algorithms.
And investors loved it. Amazon's stock jumped 11% on the announcement, proof that Wall Street is betting on machine productivity over human labor.
But the ripple effect could be massive. If Amazon succeeds, other giants will follow, potentially triggering a new era of intelligent austerity, where efficiency comes at the cost of employment.
Exactly. We're not just talking about automation of tasks, but automation of decision-making.
And that brings us to our number one story. Because while Amazon doubles down on AI economics, OpenAI is rewriting the entire governance model of artificial intelligence.
At number 1, the biggest shakeup in AI governance yet. OpenAI has officially restructured into a for-profit public benefit corporation.
This move transforms the world's most influential AI lab from a nonprofit into a hybrid entity, part charity, part powerhouse.
OpenAI's nonprofit board still holds a $130 billion controlling stake. But the company can now raise capital publicly, take on investors, and even pursue an IPO.
It's the classic Silicon Valley metamorphosis, from idealism to capitalism.
But here's what makes it different. The public benefit clause legally binds OpenAI to develop AGI in a way that benefits humanity, not just shareholders.
So they're trying to balance profit and principle, building world-changing technology while keeping their original mission intact.
And that's not easy, because the moment you introduce market incentives, the pressure to commercialize becomes unstoppable.
Exactly, some see it as betrayal, others as evolution. Elon Musk, once a co-founder, called it the final step toward AGI monopoly.
But supporters argue this structure gives OpenAI the capital it needs to compete with trillion-dollar giants like Google, Amazon, and Meta.
Either way, this marks a new phase, where AI labs aren't just research institutions. They're sovereign entities shaping the future of intelligence.
And perhaps the most telling detail, OpenAI's internal memo used the phrase capital for conscience. That says it all.
So, to recap, AI is now writing the next hit songs, Qualcomm is joining the chip race, Nvidia is merging with Quantum, Amazon is betting on AI over humans, and OpenAI just became a public benefit corporate superpower.
Together, these stories show where the world is heading, toward a fusion of intelligence, capital, and code.
The next decade won't just be about smarter machines. It'll be about who owns them and what values they serve.
And here's the twist. This entire podcast, from research to writing, was created by AI.
That's right. You just listened to AI analyzing AI.
If you found this episode insightful, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who wants to stay ahead of the curve.
And remember, from Monday to Friday, we bring you the AI Daily Deep Dive with rapid news updates, and every Sunday, a full-length AI Week special.
This has been the AI Week, The world's changing fast, and we'll be right here to decode it.